All right, last week we talked about the standard form equations for parabolas. We spent time writing the equation for a parabola, and this is the key concept sheet that I want you to make sure you have in your possession. And it depends on which orientation your parabola opens up. So if it opens up or down, remember your standard form is x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. If it opens left or right, your standard form of the equation of a parabola is y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. So you're going to refer back to this information to help you write your equation for parabolas. So we have an example. We have y minus 3 squared equals negative 8 times x plus 1. And if you look at the equations sheet here, you'll see that this equation is in the form of the parabola opening left or right. Okay, so I have y minus 3 squared equals negative 8 times x plus 1. We want to identify the vertex, the focus, the axis of symmetry, and directrix, and then we want to graph the parabola. All right, so we're going to identify the vertex first. Remember, the vertex is just HK. All right, so you have y minus 3, so the k would be 3, and the x would be negative 1. So it's the opposite of HK. So this is k, and this is h here. So it'd be negative 1 comma 3. All right, that's the first thing to do. The second thing is to find p. You need to find p. And remember, p is going to be equal to the number, whatever number's in front of this parentheses here. So that's p. So p is equal to, I'm sorry, that's not p. That is 4p is equal to the negative 8. We have to solve for p. So we have to take the 4p that normally in the original problem. So in the original problem, you have y minus k squared equals 4p times x plus 1. So the 4p is the same thing as is equal to negative 8. So you have to solve for p, and you're going to get p is equal to negative 2. So that's your p. You need the p to help you find the focus. The focus, if you're looking at your equation from the first page, then the focus equation is h plus p comma k. So focus is h plus p comma k. So the focus is going to be, h is negative 1 plus p is negative 2 comma k, and k is 3. So the focus will have an order pair of negative 3, 3. All right, that's my focus. All right, then you have to find the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry, if you're looking back at the first page, axis of symmetry is y equals k. That's the equation. And you know that k is 3, so it'll be y equals 3. And then the fifth thing is, you know that you got to find the directrix. So your directrix equation is, for this orientation of the parabola, is x is equal to h minus p. So x is equal to h, which is negative 1, minus p, which is negative 2. So it'll be x is equal to 1. All right? So you have all this information. You can actually use this information to graph your parabola. So I'm going to try to graph it in this corner here. All right, so I'm going to plot the vertex. The vertex is negative 1, 3. So in negative 1, we're at 3. The focus is negative 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the focus. So this is F, and this is the vertex. And remember, since the focus has to be inside the cup, so your graph is going to look something like that. And if you want to graph the directrix, it's at 1. So we can put a line going through the directrix. That's the directrix, x equals 1. And then you have the axis of symmetry, and the axis of symmetry goes straight through the vertex. So the axis of symmetry is in red, and it's just going straight through the vertex. Okay, and that's all you need to do for that one.